Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? We're now up to the 1921-1922 season. Now, let's do a recap here to this. Before we get started with that, let's do a recap here. So, the record for 1917-1918 was 13-9-9, 26 points, 109 goals for, 109 goals, and 591 points percentage. Then they had, and then 1918-1919, Toronto had a 5-13 record with 10 points on the season at 278. Winning percentage 64 04 92 again. 1919 had 12 12 12 and 12 record of 24 points, a 500 points percentage. Winning percentage 119 04 106 again. Last year with they were 15-9 15-9, 30 points on the team and a 625 point percentage. 04, 105 04, 100 again. It's their lowest goals against average since the 1918-1919 season, or 1917-1918. The time total loss on the season for Toronto was their lowest number of losses they've had since the 1917-1918 season too. So yeah, in 1921 had 9 losses, also their lowest since 1917-1918. And now we're up to the 1921-1922 season. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so July 1921 begins on a Friday and ends on a Sunday. August 1921 begins on a Monday and ends on a Wednesday. September 1921 begins on a Thursday and ends on a Friday. October 1921 begins on a Saturday and ends on a Monday. October 1921 begins on a Tuesday and ends on a Wednesday. And December 1921 begins on a Thursday and ends on a Saturday. Yeah. Begins on Saturday. Okay, so this is Saturday, December 17th, 1921. That's win number 1 for Toronto. That's 2 points on the season. That's 5-4. That's 2 goals ends. Right there, yeah. So this is Sunday, December 18th, 1921. No change there. This is Monday, December 19th, 1921. No change there. There. This is Tuesday, December 20th, 1921. No change there. This is Wednesday, December 21st, 1921. And that's win number 2 for Toronto. And that's a 2-game winning streak for them. Their longest winning streak. And winning streak. And I may have to go back through and say, did they win their first 2 games or just their first time in franchise history? Oh, sorry guys. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I think they won their first 2 games, so. So yeah, 1921, 1922. And this is their longest winning streak since the 1920-1921 season, and their longest winning streak to begin a season in franchise history. So this is Thursday, December 22nd, 1921, no change there. This is Friday, December 23rd, 1921, no change there. This is Saturday, December 24th, 1921, and that's lost. And oh yeah, that is also 7, and they also had 6 goals against too. So 4 points on the season, and it's also 6 goals against. This is Saturday, December 24th, 1921. And that's loss number 1 for Toronto, and that's 10 goals against for them. And yeah, this is Sunday, December 25th, 1921. No change there. This is Monday, December 26th, 1921. No change there. This is Tuesday, December 27th, 1921. No change there. This is Wednesday, December 28th, 1921. And that's win number 3 for Toronto. That's 6 points on the season. That's 13, and it's also 13 goals again. Yeah. And this is Thursday, December 29th, 1921, no change there. This is Friday, December 30th, 1921, no change there. This is Saturday, December 31st, 1921, and that's loss number 2 for Straw. That's 18 goals again. Yeah. And this is so this is Sunday, January. This is Sunday, January 1st, 1922. January 1922 begins on a Sunday and ends on a Tuesday, so saw no change there. Monday, January 2nd, 1922, no change there. This is Tuesday, January 3rd, 1922, no change there. This is Wednesday, January 4th, 1922, and that's win number 4 for all, and that's 8 points on the season, and that's 20 goals again for them. Yeah. So this is Thursday, January 5th, 1922, no change there. This is Friday, January 6th, 1922, no change there. This is Saturday, January 7th, 1922, and that's win number 5 for sure. That's a 2-game winning streak. That's also 10 points on the season, and that's 22 goals, and it's 22 goals in for them, yeah. So this is Sunday, January 8th, 1922, no change there. This is Monday, January 9th, 1922, no change there. This is Tuesday, January 10th, 1922, no change there. This is Wednesday, January 11th, 1922, and that's loss number 3 for Raw. That's 29, and that's 29 goals in for them. This is Thursday, January 12th, 1922, no change there. This is Friday, January 13th, 1922, no change there. This is Saturday, January 14th, 1922, and that's loss number 4 for Straw. That's 34 goals in. 34 goals in for them. And I think they had 29 goals in. Yeah, and they had 34 goals in, and that's a 2-game losing streak, the longest losing streak since the 1921-1922 season. And this is Sunday, January 15, 1922. And that's it. So this is Monday, January 16, 1922. No change there. This is Tuesday, January 17, 1922. No change there. This is Wednesday, January 18, 1922. And that's loss number 3 for Straw. Oh, that's loss number 5 for Straw, and that's a 43 goals again, and that's a 3-game losing streak. The longest losing streak since the 1919-1920 season. I may have to go back to that season to find. So, let me figure something out here real quick. Yeah. Longest losing streak since 1919-1920. This is Thursday, January 9th. Thursday, January 19, 1922. No change there. This is Friday, January 20th, 1922. No change there. This is Saturday, January 21st, 1922. And that's win number 6 for Straw. That's 12 points on the season. And that's 46 goals again. Right there. Yep. This is Sunday, January 22nd, 1922. No change there. Monday, January 23rd, 1922. No change there. This is Tuesday, January 24th, 1922. No change there. And this is Wednesday, January 25th, 1922, and that's win number 7 for Straw. That's 14 points on the season, that's 47 goals again. And it's a 2-game winning streak for them. Yeah. And that's Thursday, January 26th, 1922, and that's 2 right there. And that is Friday, January 27th, 1922, no change there. And this is Saturday, January. And that's a Saturday, January 28th, 1922. And that's loss number 6 for Toronto. And that's 49 goals again. Yep. And it's Sunday, January 29th, 1922. No change there. This is Monday, January 30th, 1922. No change there. This is Tuesday, January 31st, 1922. No change there. This is Wednesday, February 1st, 1922. February 1922 begins on a Wednesday and ends on a Tuesday. And this is an 8, and that is win number 8 for Toronto. That's 16 points on the season, and that's 53 goals against. Yeah. 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 February 1922 begins on a Wednesday and on a Tuesday, so it is Wednesday, February 1st, 1922. We already mentioned that. This is Thursday, February 2nd, 1922. No change there. This is Friday, February 3rd, 1922. No change there. And this is Saturday, February 4th, 1922. And that is win number 9 for Toronto, and that's 18 points on the season, and that's 54 goals again. And it's also a 2-game winning streak for them. Yeah. Yeah, and this is Sunday, February 5th, 1922. No change there. This is Monday, February 6th, 1922. No change there. And this is Tuesday, February 7th, 1922. No change there. And this is Wednesday, February 7th, 1922. And that's loss number 7 for Toronto. And that's 60 goals again. And 54 goals. Yeah. So, no, yeah, we already mentioned that. Thursday, February 9th, 1922. No change there. Friday, February 9th, 1920. Or Tuesday, Thursday, February 9th, 1922. No change there. Friday, February 10th, 1920. Change there. Loss number 7. Yeah. This is Saturday. Yeah. So this is Saturday, February 11th, 1922, and that's tie number 1 for Toronto, and that is a 2-game winless streak, and we're tie number 1 for Toronto. That's 19 points on the season, and that's 64 goals again. This is the longest winless streak for the Toronto Maple Leafs in franchise history. Right here. Shot and 64 goals again. So Sunday, February 12th, 1922. No change there. Monday, February 13th, 1922. No change there. And that is Tuesday, February 14th, 1922. No change there. And next is Wednesday, February 15th, 1922. And that's win number 10 for Toronto. That's 21 points on the season. That's 68 goals. And this is the longest point streak in franchise history. Right here. Yeah, this is Thursday, February 16th, 1922. No change there. This is Friday, February 17th, 1922. No change there. No. And this is Saturday, February 18th, 1922. And that's loss number 8 for Toronto. And that's 74 goals against. For them, they have 21 points. For this is Sunday, February 19th, 1922. No change there. This is Monday, February 20th, 1922. No change there. Yep. And this is Tuesday, February 21st, 1922. No change there. This is Wednesday, February 9th, Wednesday, February 22nd, 1922. And that's loss number 9 for Toronto. That's 70 again. Again. And that is 70, and that is a 2-game losing streak for them. Yeah. This is Thursday, February 23rd, 1922, no change there. This is Friday, February 4th, 1922, no change there. And this is Saturday, February 25th, 1922, and that's win number 11 for y'all. That's 423 over ends, and that is 23 points on the team, and that's 83 over ends. Okay. And that is Sunday, February 25th, 1922, no change there. This is Monday, February 27th, 1922, no change there. Yeah. And this is Tuesday, February 28th, 1922, no change there. There. And this is Wednesday, March 1st, 1922, and that's win number 12 for Straw. That's 25 points on the hand, that's 85 old head, and that's a 2-game winning streak for them. For him. March 1922 began on a Wednesday and on a Friday. Okay, so yeah, so we already mentioned the stuff there. This is Thursday, March 2nd, 1922, no change there. This is Friday, March 23rd, 1922, no change there. This is Saturday, March 4th, 1922, no change there. This is Friday, March 4th, Saturday, March 4th, 1922, and that's win number 13 for y'all. That's a 3-game winning streak, the longest winning streak since the 1920-1921 season. And that's 27 points on the season, and that's 89 over ends. So yeah, that is Sunday, March 5th, 1922, no change there. And Monday, March 6th, 1922, no change there. There they go. The next Tuesday, 1922, no change there. And yeah, 1920-1921 was also the first time they made the playoffs since the 1917-1918 season, and then 1918-1919 they missed the playoffs. That season missed the playoffs in 1919-1920. 1921 they got back into the playoffs for the first time since their inaugural season. And this is Wednesday, March 8th, 1922, and that rounds out the regular season with loss number 10 for Draw, and that's a 97 over again. So our here start comparing things to past history. They had 113 old and or they had 106 old and back season. They had 100 old and this is their lowest old and this is their most number of losses they've had since the 1919-1920 season. And 97 old ends is their lowest old ends number since the 1918-1919 season. And they made the playoffs for the second year in a row. Look here, go. Yeah. April 1922 because on a Saturday and on a Sunday. May 1922 because on a Monday and on a Wednesday. And June 1922 begins on a Thursday and on a Friday. See? Yeah. Now time we visit the now let's check out the now let's go to the playoffs. For the 1922 season. Yeah. Millionaire, so no NHL team played. Toronto Oilers won the Stanley Cup. Won the Stanley Cup for their second. This is their second Stanley Cup in 1922. Yeah, let's go. So, yeah. For 1921, Venus and Caressens in the playoffs on January 6, 1921. Then Venus and Caressens in the Aries on February 2nd, 1921. Venus reaches Easter elongation at 7 degree Aries on February 9th, 1921. It's starting into the retrograde here. Venus landing arises in the Taurus on March 7, 1920, or on March 7, 1921, it arises in the Taurus. Reaches maximum brightness here. So, yeah. And then Venus stations retrograde at 10 degree of orbit Taurus, 10 degree Taurus on April 1st, 1921. April 1st, 1921. And at 10 degree Taurus. The last time there was a Venus retrograde around this time of the year was in the year 1913. Venus sets in the evening sky at 4 degree Taurus on April 17th, 1921. 4 degree Taurus. Yeah. Venus then reaches inferior conjunction at 2 degree Taurus on April 22nd, 1921. On April 22nd, 1921. The last time there was an inferior conjunction at this time of the year was in the year 1913. Venus then regresses back into Aries on April 25th, 1920. On April 25th, 1922, Venus rises in the morning sky at 28 degrees Aries on April 28th, 1921, and then Venus stations direct on May 13th, 1921 at 23 degree Aries, which is actually the day of my birthday today. Well, I wasn't alive at this time. 23 degrees. The last time Venus stationed direct at this time of the year was in 1913, and moved forward and rested in the Taurus on June 2nd, 1922. It also reaches back from Brighton, so it's starting to move further away. So, yeah. And then Venus reaches greatest western elongation at 23 degree Taurus on July 1st, 1921. So now it's starting to fall back towards the sun. So Venus ingressed into Gemini on July 8th, 1921. Venus ingressed into Cancer on August 5th, 1921. Venus ingressed into Leo on August 31st, 1921. Venus ingresses into Virgo on September 25th, 1921. Venus ingresses into Libra on October 20th, 1921. Venus ingresses into Scorpio on November 13th, 1921. Venus ingresses into Sagittarius on December 7th, 1921. Venus then sets in the evening sky at 27 degrees, or not the evening sky. Venus then sets in the morning sky on December 29th, 1921 at 27 degrees Sagittarius. So starting to get very low in the sky now. And that is Venus ingresses into Capricorn on December 31st, 1921. Now on to Mars. So Mars ingresses into Pisces on January 5th, 1921. Same with Venus. So Venus, not Harvey. Yeah. And then Mars ingresses into Aries on February 13th, 1921. Mars ingresses into Taurus on March 25th, 1921. And then Mars ingresses into Gemini on May 5th, 1921. In addition, Mars will set in the evening sky at 0 degree at 0 degree Gemini as well. Mars ingresses into Cancer on June 18th, 1921. And then June 29th, 1921, Mars reaches conjunction reaches solar conjunction at 6 degree Cancer. The last time there was a solar conjunction like that was in the year 1842. It was 79 years ago in 1842. And then 47 years ago in the year 1874. And then Mars ingresses into Leo on August 3rd, 1920. Mars then rises into the morning sky at 9 Leo. Ingress into Leo on August 3rd, 1921. Mars ingressed into Leo on August 17th, 1921. And then Mars ingressed into Virgo on September at 9 Leo on August 17th, 1921. Mars advancing crashes into Virgo on September 19th, 1921. And then November 6th, 1921, Mars crashes into Libra on November 6th, 1921. And then on December 26th, 1921, Mars crashes into Scorpio. So, that's the way the year's played out. Now let's move on to my other favorite planet overall I want to check out would be the planet Jupiter. Yeah, Jupiter ingresses into Libra on September 25th, 1921. On September 25th, 1921, the last time Jupiter ingressed into Libra at this time of the year was in the year 1909. Was in the year 1909. The last time Jupiter ingressed into Libra. Libra. We go for the whole retrograde cycle. Yeah, Jupiter stationed retrograde on January 3rd, 1921 at 18 degrees Virgo, and then stations direct on May 5th, 1921 at 8 degrees Virgo. I'm wondering if does it also reach opposition as well with the Sun. It also reaches opposition at some point as well. Yeah, it hits its opposition. I haven't talked about planet Jupiter yet in the Sun. Yeah. Yeah. Jupiter reaches opposite. Yeah. You're playing. Yeah. He's gonna advance right away. He will. He will. Yeah, Jupiter reached opposition on November 29th, 1917. In there. And then January 1919, Jupiter reaches opposition. Opposition at 6 degrees Gemini, 6 degrees Sagittarius. And then 1919, the last time it was Jupiter reaches opposition at 10 degrees Capricorn to 10 degree Cancer. And then move along. Jupiter reaches opposition from Hurricane Leo to Hurricane Aquarius. And in the year 1921, reaches opposition at 13 Virgo to 13 Pisces. So the 13 Virgo to 13 Pisces. Hurricane Virgo to Hurricane Pisces. So that is usually the halfway point where they hit other oppositions. Yeah, now let's do Venus Jupiter now. Venus Jupiter for the year 1921. Yeah, Trooper reaches. There is a Venus Trooper construction on October 25th, 1921. The last time there was a Venus Trooper construction at this time of the year was 24 years ago in the year. 24 years ago in the year 1897. In the year 1897, yeah. So that is a wrap for today's Venus Trooper construction. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, NHL standing. I hope everyone goes well. We'll talk to you guys again soon. All right, bye bye, everybody.